I do want to mention, we have a regular open session that's going on now, and then we're going to adjourn and do a closed session, and then there's a work session at 1 o'clock on the solar site design stuff. So we've got a lot going on today, and you're welcome to all be part of it. Mr. Gordon mentioned Saturdays celebrating American history, and there was also a prize drawing for the kids. And I always try to interject, I love Carroll County, but when you go to events like that, the library's a big part of it, the Carroll County Public Schools a big part of it. The couple that are responsible for Commissioner Gordon had a table.
Yep, Mom and Dad were there.
And they do a lot of historical stuff, and your dad has some very, you might not think so, some very good dry jokes.
No, he does. He really does. It's a long line of that in my family. My grandfather was good at that too.
So they were there, and you said Judge Getty spoke.
Yep.
And I just want to mention Vivian Daly,
Yes.
who keeps us straight here in the office, orchestrates most of that, working with the library and Carroll County Public Schools and all those kids. And she did let Commissioner Rothstein and I draw tickets for the prizes, and people laughed at me like they normally do, but I closed my eyes and drew from the back because I didn't want anybody to think I cheated in any way. But it's just a great event, and it shows, like I say, the library, the public schools, everybody coming together, some great tables to see some history. We had cabinet on Tuesday, and that's always great to hear what all our departments are doing, what's going on. And one of the things going on, everybody's prepping for our bond rating, and it sounds like an aggressive trip. It's packed in a little more than last year's was, but it'll work. I went to an Ag Center board meeting, and it's great to see that group out there and everything they're doing. And it's a very diverse group, and it's a good meeting to hear the 4-H and the Farm Bureau and the Ag Center and what everybody's doing, and they're doing a great job with that building. And there's a lot of varied functions and events that happen in that building, and it was interesting, and I think they minimized the damage, but if you've been in the arena there, it's pretty big, and of course 4-H Fair was there, animals all over the place. They got a couple cleaning entities to look at cleaning the entire building. I think the lowest quote they got was $30,000 to clean the building.
Wow.
So I think they used their sweeper and some employees and some volunteers to try to minimize that cost. But it doesn't surprise me. That's a very big building, and there's some very formal events in there, and then there's bull riding and boxing and the 4-H fair. So again, another great example of something we have in Carroll County. Secretary Day, everybody's mentioned it. I just want to mention we did say we had staff there from at least 3 of our elected officials in D.C. We had some of the municipalities there, the city of Westminster. I went later in the day to Habitat for Humanity, had a fundraiser out at Hammer and Ales. They were there, and like you guys have already alluded to, they asked some questions about grants and development and et cetera, and Secretary Day had some staff offer them like 4 possibilities, and we'll talk to you later to help you with it. So it was a great meeting, and a lot got done. Went to the ribbon cutting, and I do want to thank Commissioner Vigliotti and Commissioner Gordon for covering us on the bus trip and the tour, and even drinking distilled liquor for us.
Oh, we didn't do any of that. It was a work day.
That allowed Commissioner Rothstein and I to sit in massage chairs, so thank
Right.
you
Exactly.
for that help.
We got to take care of our senior citizens.
Thank you.
Ooh.
Thank you. Last Thursday, I went to a high school reunion. We ended up with 32 classmates, and that was great. And I'm not sure where it is, and we're not responsible in any way whatsoever. We were at the Full Moon, which is a great place, and we had a great event. And Saturday or Sunday, I forget which day, they had an electrical fire, and they keep saying they're going to reopen pretty quickly, but I know they had to chop through the roof at 2 different locations. It's a fire does a lot of damage, and of course our volunteers and our paid people got out there and helped them out. Last night was a solar hearing at Exploration Commons. It was for the site on Sullivan Road, and where a representative of the county commissioners is allowed to co-host the hearings, whether they're virtual or live. This one was live, and I was surprised you are allowed to testify virtually, but nobody did. But there were a number of people there testifying, very good testimony. Again, you got to love Carroll County. And there was a farmer there that is probably the 3rd generation at least that has farmed that 40 acres on that property that's going to lose 20 acres of it to a solar field. And a lot of neighbors, and some talked about the view, and the one guy, it kind of puts it in perspective, because we heard when we were going through this that nobody owes you a view. Well, he said, we moved here to Carroll County, we bought right across the road because of the beautiful view. And he goes, just think, what if you went to Ocean City and bought something oceanfront, and they decided to put a wall up and you couldn't see the ocean anymore? You know, he said, maybe they don't owe it to us, but that's why we're here, you know? So it was interesting testimony. And Chris is probably listening. I haven't talked to him yet, but in close this morning, we talked about possibly you being able to put all those hearings, I think they're all on YouTube, on our website, so people can see what happened at the hearing. It's good information. The solar company gave a presentation, their attorney talked, and it's not question and answer, similar to our comment. They didn't time them, but one of the ladies turned around and said, there's a lot of lawyers here, and there's a couple people from the solar company. I do need to ask you, which ones of you live in Carroll County? And I think they all looked at their desk and didn't want to say much. And the judge reminded them it wasn't question and answer. And but a good event. And like I say, Carroll County, I think to date PSC has approved 98 of 100. So the odds aren't with us, but we've got to fight it.